So Arsenal won, Sporting Lisbon won, 3-3 on aggregate, knocked out on penalties. Poor display over 2 legs against a team that we should be beating. We are better than them, but we didn't look like we were better than them. And the right team fully deserved to go through tonight. They scored one of the best goals you're going to see all season, and they wanted it more. And our performers tonight, well, there weren't many, if we're being honest. My player of the, or best player of the match, man of the match, was Gabriel Magalhaes again. Other than that, we're kind of struggling, mate. For 100 minutes, we see Fabio Vieira run around like a headless chicken.
Yeah.
Finally subbed, and then all of a sudden, we start creating chances. Who knew? Kenny, you're at the game. You're still not home yet, mate. I know you're starving, waiting for your food. What did you make of that shambolic exit from Europa League tonight?
Well, it's a competition I want very badly. I was desperate for the football club to win it because we haven't won anything in 29 years. It's going to be 30 next year. And the competition we're looking to break our duck next year is the Champions League. So, it wasn't a good day at the office for the team. From over 2 legs, the better team went through. We had warning signs, many of them last week in Lisboa, when they were in control of the ball, control of possession, won the ball back pretty quickly. We misplaced passes. We got lucky with the equaliser for an own goal from Marita. And after that, we came in pretty confident. We started pretty well. But even before we scored, there was always an inkling that, like their midfield was just in complete control. Yeah, and it even became more evident in the sort of end of the first half, but definitely during the second half, even before we scored. Don't get me wrong. As much as they had a lot of the possession, in the last third, they weren't hurting us. They weren't hurting us, but they were getting close. We kept on misplacing passes. Zinchenko was the Zinchenko who was Mr. Hyde. He wasn't Mr. Hyde. He was Dr. Jekyll defensively. Rob Holding did his best and that worked his nuts off. Gabriel Magalhaes, again, I'll say, was brilliant. But, I thought Ben White struggled when he came on. I thought Tommy Asu was struggling before he got injured. And it was just a theme of the day. Poor old Fabio Vieira. He got a lot of possession. And when I say a lot of possession, he got so much possession. But it's what you do with your possession. And I'm sorry to say, he wasted his possession. He completely wasted his possession. Tried everything in the book to try and, do his little flick-ons, little passes. Every time he got intercepted. But he wasn't the only one. Xhaka was guilty of giving the ball away. So was, in certain aspects, Reece Nelson the first half. So we were all at it. But because Fabio Vieira is the player that we need to create chances, that he's going to get blamed. But he's blamed because you give players opportunities, and because you know you're going to need them in bigger games to show the quality. Give them an opportunity like that, they don't. It's disappointing. It's very and it was a contributory factor. Let's not take away from Lisboa were better. Lisboa were the better team in extra time. When we did bring on Thomas Partey, I thought was really good when he came on. Brilliant. Odegaard, completely understood what was needed. Even though it was the last 15 minutes, I thought he did really well. And I thought Saka tried to stretch the team. But again, it's too little, too late. Too little, too late. You have an argument to say, if we played with our best players, would we have won the game? Well, one thing we did, we probably would have passed the ball a bit better. We probably would have defended better as a team. But saying that, you can't have your cake and eat it, because there's a lot of fans who would have preferred us to play that team, would have preferred us to go a second track team. There's fans who said that the league's more important. Let's give the Europa League a miss. And then it was only at the 11th hour that fans, came along to the idea and fell in love with the idea of the fact that we could, and I mean could, win 2 trophies. They fell in love with the idea, but it wasn't an idea that they initially were wanted. So
I'm glad you've touched on that, right? Because somebody put a comment in my live chat earlier, and it was a great comment. He said, if Arsenal don't win the league and Tottenham finish second, and Tottenham finish third or fourth, we've both had the same season, which would be an absolute for me, it'd be a disgrace. This team should have won something this season. Listen, we might still win the league, yeah, but if that team that we continuously as a fan base troll, right, end up getting qualification to Champions League without winning anything, and so do we.
Yeah.
For me, that's failure. At the start of the season, Kenny, you'll remember this. At the start of the season, our club captain and vice captain, our goalkeeper and Smith Rowe all said on pre-season, top 4 in Europa League's the aim. That spread like wildfire through the fan base. So now everyone that said that at the beginning of the season is now going, oh, it don't matter. It don't matter. Let's win the league. Well, if we don't win the league, then we failed at your objective at the start of the season.
I hear you, but you think as you come out of the ground, there is an undercurrent disappointment. There's anger because of the way we played, anger that we're going out of the tournament. And so, people do come around to this idea, because when you do get the knockout stages, you do have ideas, in my case today, above our station, to winning this. And as you say before, we wanted to go into the last. And, it's how we finish second, where we feel, well, that's it. Next season, it's going to be David on food. Then, of course, you're going to be angry. Of course, you're going
to... He's gone. He's gone. His signal's left him. His signal's disappeared like Fabio Vieira tonight. His signal's gone. He's gone. He's gone.
Back.
He's back. He's back.
Yeah. Yeah, and what I'm trying to say, I'm going to walk on because it's getting better. And of course you're going to be disappointed. But if we get a championship challenge which takes us to the last day and we lose the 11th foul, I think fans may take that, because we talked about the fans in the street. The theme hasn't changed. There's no top 4 mentality. There's no mentality that, oh yeah, it's okay, we go out of this, that we have to finish second. No one's feeling like that. People that, trust me, come out of the ground, there's a lot of disappointment. And it's not pride in the players. Some people are angry at the players. Some people are angry at the manager because of the team selection. And, some people are going for individuals. A lot of people are not happy with Fabio Vieira's performance. A lot of people, I was on the bus with a guy, and the guy's saying that, it's time, they don't think he's going to cut it. So, although, you're going to get some naysayers, so yeah, eeny, miny, mo, oh yeah, don't worry about it. There's still a lot of people who really want to win competition. I want to win this trophy, and I'll tell you now, I'm one of those people who's very, very disappointed, gutted that we're out, and is just doubly determined to win the title. Doubly determined, because it's something we got to go for, and I want us to give every sinew. But I do accept, and I know you're going to probably tell me about this, we're not always going to be playing teams like Fulham, who are very generous and allowed themselves to get bullied by us. We know that Crystal Palace probably ain't going to be one of those teams who are going to get bullied. So I'm fully on your page. I'm fully in your page when it comes to situations regarding the tournament. And I'll be disappointed, because I'm with you. If we finish without a murmur, and we finish maybe 4 or 5 points by Man City, then I will be disappointed, because I think, you know what, that is kind of deja vu from last season. That we've come this way, we played really, really well, and then we've gone back into that sort of Tom Ford mentality. But I'll tell you now, the fans won't allow that to happen, Lee. I promise you. Forget the YouTubers, not the YouTubers, I mean, forget the TikTokers, the Twitter guys, Terry Fleurs, who secretly admires us. The guy in the stadium wants this league badly. The guy in the stadium who's walked out here is gutted, aggrieved, angry. You go in a group that the sort of Instagram group that Chess set up. They were having fights in there. I was at in the stadium. I could hear people having fights. People were very angry at the manager. One guy was trying to be upbeat and have an argument. There was arguments. Trust me, people do care, Lee. People do care.
That's good. That's good, because at the end of the day, I've just worked out a quick math in my head. I may be wrong. But he's been here 3.5 years, and that's the 13th trophy that he's bottled.
Yeah, and that's so it better not be the 14th. It better not be the 14th. We're gonna because I think what's happened, as you say before, we've had so many great memories. Not so much in the Europa League, but definitely in the league. We've got to wipe their mouths, Lee. We've got to say to ourselves, you know what? We did everything we can, and we definitely, and I mean definitely, right, going to be in a situation where we're going to be counting who's fit and who's not fit for Sunday. We know that Saliba's a doubt. We know Tomiyasu is a doubt. You know, like remember Trossard got a kick on the ankle. Martinelli was kicked all over the place. Obviously, psychologically, he's upset because he missed a penalty, and he was upset. He tried to, you know, G up his players, shake hands, and try and get him through. And I think that's the mentality they're trying to do, because you know they're probably saying to him, "All right, it's gone now, but we need you on Sunday for Crystal Palace. We're going to need you at Anfield. We're going to need you at the Etihad." And that's got to be the mentality now. You know, it wasn't meant to be. You know, the performances didn't suggest that over the 2 legs that we deserved it, but now it's about the league. And we've got to be doubly determined not to do it. But the best way to do that is do not make mistakes in midfield. Don't give the ball away. Don't concede clear-cut chances. You do that, not a problem. We can still win this. But remember one thing, we've got to be consistent. We've got to play consistently like we did against Fulham, because there's a bit of inconsistency. There's a great performance like Fulham, and then there's a few Willie Young moments. Get rid of the bloody Willie Young moments. Stop conceding shots. Stop giving the ball away.
Absolute
anyway,
fact. Listen, go and get your food. Get home safe. Love you to bits, mate. And we'll do this again on Sunday.
I'm 100%. Definitely. Probably with better Wi-Fi.
Take care, mate.
Take
See you,
care.
mate.